Hey Indonesia, I'm Forrest Nolan. Check out my interview on creativedisc.com, the number one music website in Indonesia.
Hello, C lovers. Welcome back to another Creative Disc exclusive interview with me, Luthfi. And now I'm going to interview the new star that can make you chill and relax with his calming sounds and songs. So, without further ado, please welcome our guest this time. This is a Forrest Nolan.
Wow, thank you so much, Luthfi, for having me. This is such an honor to be on your show.
Yeah. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's 8:30 p.m. over here, so I'm in the evening. Probably gonna go brush my teeth pretty soon. I don't know, but I had a nice, relaxed day, and I'm feeling good. It's really exciting to be talking to you.
So where are you? Where are you right now?
I'm in Los Angeles, California, in the
Ooh.
apartment I live in.
How was it? How was it?
It's hot. Honestly, my apartment doesn't have very good air conditioning, so it's a little too warm for my comfort. But Los Angeles is amazing. I love Los Angeles.
In Indonesia, this is so hot too in here. You know, it's like 10 a.m. in Indonesia, in Jakarta, and it's so hot. Like it's freaking hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know how you feel.
Yeah. So what kind of activity that you are doing recently?
Well, I'm actually going on tour for the first time with an artist named Gracie Abrams, who maybe you're familiar with. She's so incredible, and I feel really lucky to be on tour with her. We've played 2 shows so far. It's gone super well. She has an incredible fan base, and it's been so fun to get to play for them and meet them.
Yeah. My media already interviewed Gracie Abrams before, and I've heard her. Her music is so wow. It's so, it's so chill and calm.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah. So, how do you feel to be finally on the road?
It's really cool. I mean, I think this tour is all the dates are very spaced out. So we just had one, I think like 5 days ago, and we have another. The next show is in 2 more days. So I went back to LA in the meantime, and I've just been hanging around. So it's not how you envision, being on a tour bus or whatever. It's more so we fly out to a hotel and then we stay there for a night or 2, but still it's been an incredible experience. Like just it's totally informing the next music I make, and also just a very reassuring experience to get to go through.
Did your story in the hotel room inspire you to this new single called Hotel Room?
It's a great question. I definitely wrote that song before this tour, but it was certainly inspired by being in a hotel room.
Tell me more about it.
Well, the song, I wanted to explore the emotion of I had just been broken up with, and I was honestly like embarrassed to tell my friends or family that I'd been broken up with. So I didn't mention it to them for like 2 weeks. My mom had to ask me herself. And I wanted to like explore that feeling of wanting to get away with them or get away from them, just like be alone. So going to a hotel room was a metaphor for that.
But is it kind of like when you're breaking up with someone, it's like kind of a shame to tell it, isn't it? Like you must admit it that you break up with someone, with your family, with your friends.
Yeah, no, totally. It's a little awkward to mention it, and I think it's even worse when you're the one that was broken up with. So that was my case.
So I think like Hotel Room is different from your previous single. So I think you add many hip hop beat on this track, because all of your previous single you playing with guitar and folky music, and now in the Hotel Room is it like is like hip hop beats?
Yeah, no, that's a really great observation. That's true. Sonically it's a little different, and I think it made sense to put out the song I put out before that was Summer Vibe, which had a lot of drums, and so I wanted to kind of continue moving that direction before I start to release some other music that I have done, but it's not out yet. Just to kind of lay the foundation before people hear what's coming next.
Is it kind of stretching up to you to warming up to your next release? This is Hotel Room.
Yeah, I honestly feel like the next release is almost sonically a hybrid between Summer Vibe and Hotel Room. So I don't know if people will hear that, but I think that might be the right way to describe it. So it's one of the ones I'm most excited for ever. So it'll be fun to put out.
So we always play the laid back, breezy, and chill tune. So how you get that vibe when you are making the music, the vibing music, the chilly one?
Yeah, no, I think it's important to be in that mood. I think we tend to create things that reflect how we're feeling. So if I want to make something chill, chill vibe, then I think I need to be feeling chill. So it was actually pretty chilly in my basement, so that definitely inspired the feeling. Yeah, but so there's a lot of different music. Sometimes I feel chill, so that's reflected in it. Mm-hmm.
What kind of music that make you chill enough and relax enough?
Maybe like if you ever go on YouTube and you look up music to study to.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be like lo-fi hip hop or something. Yeah. So that music is really chill for sure. But honestly, I tend to listen to pop music. So whether or not it's chill, that's kind of if it's chill, that just happens to be the case. But I just love music that kind of fits that popular music category.
What kind of pop music that you like?
Well, I'm a huge Drake fan. I don't know if you listen to Drake at all. I honestly was a little disappointed in his recent project.
Yeah. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's like 27 tracks, 27 or maybe like. Yeah. It's too much.
No, it's definitely a lot. And to me, I liked his project before it a lot more. I think there were more standout tracks. This one felt. I don't want to say too much on record. Drake is my favorite artist. So I can't hate on him.
but I kind of like Drake when the Take Care era. It's like an epic one.
Yeah, no, that's so true. Oh my gosh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, how's the place that you born in the past and place that you live in right now, which is in LA, influence your music and your mood?
That's a really great question. I think growing up, you're surrounded by your environment and people that listen to all these different kinds of music based on where you are. So my family played a lot of music in the house growing up, and I also grew up singing in a boys choir. So being in that environment really informed kind of my taste in music. And now that I'm in LA, I'm a lot more inspired by different people and the friends I'm making over here, and just listening to a lot of different sounds. So I think I'm exploring probably more than ever at this point, which has been really fun. Yeah, getting to just find things that sound new to me.
What's the most unforgettable moment when you're in LA?
Wow, that's also a good one. I wish I had more time to think about it, but I think my something that comes to mind is finally settling into the apartment that I live in now, because I was really under a time crunch. I did not have very much time to figure it out, and I was driving all over the place trying to find the right home for myself and my younger brother who lives with me. So once we finally settled in, that was a very memorable experience, and it's definitely one I'll remember forever.
So when I read about your stories, you developed a love of music since you were a kid. I think like when I recently researched you, like you've already on a boys' choir 4 years old.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's some deep research you did. Yeah, I was in a boys' choir when I was 4 years old. And I stayed with that boys' choir for almost my entire life. I ended up being the assistant director after I graduated high school. So I was helping conduct and everything, doing this sort of thing. So yeah, that was a very big part of my life.
What kind of choir type songs when you are in?
There's a lot of church music. So we would sing at a Catholic church every month. And so we did a lot of that music and a lot of also like classical music. So it was a pretty interesting foundation for sure, and really informed how I was going to hear music in the future, and hear harmony. And yeah, it's something that's really dear to me.
Is it really like your voice is like soprano, bossa, or tenor when you're in choir?
Wow, you were in a choir too, I guess.
No, my friends is already on choir. I didn't sing. I can't sing.
Wow. Well, that's cool that you know those terms. I was a soprano.
Ooh.
I was a second soprano actually. Ooh. And then once my voice changed, I was a tenor.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So, in the entire Radiohead song, why you choose Fake Plastic Trees as your favorite song?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That is probably one of the first Radiohead songs I heard. And that's my favorite band ever. So I think it's a mix of nostalgia and also it just being a really special song. And yeah, oh my gosh, I re-listened to that for the first time like a year ago or something, and it had been years since I'd really listened to it, and it was like meaningful enough to like make me start crying, and that's how I knew I really wanted to do music.
Yeah. I've also liked Fake Plastic Trees, and I same as you. I when I first time hearing Fake Plastic Trees, I literally crying. But when I read the lyrics, it's like, really?
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting song. But that's really cool to know someone that knows that song. That's really cool. It's my favorite band. So I consider you a friend now since you listen to Radiohead.
Ooh, yeah, I'm an avid fan of Radiohead. I like most of their work. Even the weirdest one called King of Limbs is like, okay, I kind of okay for me, but I like it.
You know King of Limbs? That is so cool. Wow. Well, that means even more to me, honestly, because that's their underrated album. Their most
yeah.
The one that not really many people liked. I like that album though. It's really cool. It has a lot of really cool moments.
But in the all of the Radiohead discography, which album that you like the most?
I think In Rainbows.
Yeah,
that's probably one of their most popular albums, and it's kind of the one that it fits in maybe popular music the most too. It's like it's just so refined and and like the whole thing is really good. There's not one song that I ever skip.
Yeah. Me too. I like it. I like In Rainbows. Is it like they mix electro sounds and they mix weird sound that they have used to in Kid A and Amnesia.
Oh my gosh, dude, you are so cool. It's so fun talking to you about Radiohead. That's amazing.
Because we are both Radiohead fanboys, I think.
I know. Oh my gosh, did you ever see them live?
No, Jakarta isn't the place that they didn't want to go, sadly.
Oh darn. I got to see them and that was very important time for me. Well, I hope you get to see them one day because they're really cool.
Amen. Mm-hmm. So mention records that changed your life. Mention album that changed your life.
Well, just like we were just talking about, In Rainbows. I mean, every single Radiohead album for me is like the most important in my life. Also, Elliott Smith's. I don't know if you know the artist Elliott Smith.
What kind of an album do you like? Figure Eight?
Yeah, Figure Eight I really love. I think his self-titled album might be my favorite one. Whoa, so it's just called Elliott Smith. And what else? Jeff Buckley, he has an album named Grace. I don't know if you know that one. So I'm kind of old school. Until recently. Now I love.
But I think it's kind of like your album choice, Jeff Buckley and Elliott Smith. It's like a kind of, I know that you want to be honest singer-songwriting, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, no, they're my favorite artists, but more recently, I think Astroworld by Travis Scott is like one of my favorite albums of all time. And Scorpion by Drake. I think those two are so important to me. Oh, you know what's good? Currents by Tame Impala. Do you know that one?
Oh, I really digging that one. The less I know, the better. I've watched Tame Impala live. I've already watched Tame Impala live.
In person.
Yeah, wow. No, yes.
Wow, man, that must have been so cool. I haven't seen them live. Oh my gosh. I was going to, and then the pandemic happened. Terrible.
You must see when the current tour they got a glitzy disco ball hanging around and it's so cool.
Wow.
It's an
Oh my God.
unforgettable
I'm so
concert.
jealous. No idea.
So mention 5 things we didn't know about Forrest Nolan.
Okay, I'll be quick. I used to sing opera. I almost went to school for opera. I went to community college. I studied Italian and Spanish, although I'm not fluent in either. I enjoy cooking quite a bit. I think cooking is really fun, and I love food. Food is just a really important thing. It's like, one of our sense of taste. It's like we only have 5 senses, so yeah, food could never be overrated. And 5, my middle name is Adam, and Forrest Nolan is my real name.
Forrest, okay, that's a quite fact. Okay, last question. What's next for Forrest Nolan?
I would love to announce that I have my first EP coming out. It's gonna have 7 songs, and it's called "You Make Me Feel All Right." And the first single for it comes out in 2 weeks on September 29th. So look out for that. It's called MIA, September 29th. My best song ever.
Okay, so you should check out Forrest Nolan new EP soon. Okay, so Nolan, thank you very much, Forrest Nolan. Thank you very much for this interview this time. So I'm Luthfi from CreativeDisc. See you on the next interview. See you, lovers. Goodbye.